Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Let's sit straight. Visualize Swamiji in the third eye. And let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatītam Gagana-sadisham Tattvamasyavilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatītam Triguna-rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam, welcome to Basha that Swamiji has blessed us. Welcome to Gurukul, I should say. In Gurukul, we have the beautiful language, and we used to teach others when they come for meeting us in Gurukul. We used to sit with them, and every time they use their I don't know, I'm coming from some place. Simply the kids will ask them questions. Where are you coming from? Immediately they'll say, I'm coming from Chennai. They'll say, got you. You have to say your name. So like that, where whoever comes, they'll make really beautiful space for them to experience. Anybody comes to Gurukul, a brand new person who will come to Gurukul, and simply they will sit with them, all the kids, and catch them and make them understand this is Gurukul language. So like that, Swamiji has caught all of us, put us in one session and said, okay, now all of you learn the Gurukul language now. In till 2010, Swamiji always spoke in Tamil. I used to wait for Swamiji to speak something in English because his Tamil is very complicated Tamil. It's not like the language we speak. The language we speak is a colloquial Tamil. But what he speaks is an ancient Tamil. Even we need a translation. So he always in Tamil, he will avoid using the word I, me, or mine. He will always go by Sami says this, Sami is doing this. And he went on saying for a few months like that. And one of the person in the program, and then only when English he started speaking, he started introducing the I. Till then he used to say, Sami is doing this, Sami is doing that. Every time as though somebody else is doing, he used to speak. So then only we started around 2010, Gurukul started taking that very language, how Swamiji used to speak. As first thing we started is the name. Because it is very important, let me start with Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasana. This is the base of Gurukul. The very basic thread of Gurukul. Why Margaret said the name is very important is because when you refer yourself as your name, the identity you will avoid creating. Again and again, when we create the identity, then we are stuck with that identity and we think that is us. That is why we are given the spiritual name to understand it is a path. Your name is itself a path to the enlightenment space. Suppose we have Jnana Prakasha. So the boy will say, Jnana Prakasha wants to eat. Jnana Prakasha is feeling hungry. So when he says those words, he's bringing so much of listening to himself. He's avoiding to say random words but he's bringing tremendous listening. The observer comes into the place. So by just repeating your name, one, you are bringing such awareness. Two, you are again and again reiterating your name, which is a path itself, which leads us to the enlightened space that we are actually experiencing. So that is the Shravana, first thing we start in Gurukul. So the first thing you would like, tell everybody that you will use your name instead of I, me or mine. First truth, we will start. You go in whichever place you have, you replace the I, me or mine with your beautiful name. Right now you avoid having spiritual name, that's okay. You can still have your name instead of the I, me or mine. So you bring such a, even for 2 days, if you start practicing, you will see suddenly, who are you talking about? Is there somebody else out here? The identity will get so beautifully dissolved. It's a very powerful technique. Swamiji himself practiced it and he has given that to Gurukul. The Shravana will become very high. The listening will become very high in you. So that's the beautiful space that Swamiji wants to share with all of you. The second, Manana. When you speak in the language, what all we do? The second point we want to start with is the negative words. Whenever you tell the children, don't jump on the bed, don't jump on the sofa, it will get torn, don't do this. If I make 3 don't statements, not understand these things. One kid got up and said, can you show me don't jump? Then I will not jump. I said, don't jump means you should not jump. She said, show me. And then I said, okay, now sit down. You are very smart. You sit down. Okay. That's called don't jump. And then why don't you say sit down? I said, oh my God, this girl is too much. Then I learned what actually Swamiji means by negative words. We can't visualize don't, not, cannot, shouldn't. All these are not even given to us. So what we do in Gurukul, for avoiding such great relevance that we have, we tell the kids what to do, number 1. First thing, try to say what to do. If you are going beyond that, we have to use some cannot or shouldn't. We say avoid. And you have to refer that nothing or not at all, we refer as 0. So the first one, when we start telling, we make it positive statement. When we say what to do, what should be done. So we give the space for what can occur there. So that itself shifts us a lot. Second, we use the word avoid. Wherever we have to use, we use the word avoid. Third, three things we use instead of do not, shouldn't, cannot, all these vocabulary, you have to start living that. You will slowly start understanding you're so positive. And Swamiji, if you see, he will only give the positive things. He will, as much as he say, I have never heard from Swamiji's mouth that something cannot be done. Never, even at 2 o'clock. Okay, let's start. Come on, let's start doing. Swamiji, it is 2 o'clock. Oh, you have to sleep. Okay. He will only laugh when we answer like this. But he will understand that we are trying to be human and he is giving us only possibility as an answer. See, he will travel 8 hours, 10 hours in the car, in the horrible ups and downs road, not an easy road. He'll come back after 8 hours. We'll also come in a back car and he'll say, okay, let's start the meeting. Immediately, without any gap. Then we will like, oh my God, what an energy. That's because he avoids using any negativity in his even iota. He will not have any negativity. Iota of thought, zero negativity. So he's so energetic. When you avoid using these negative words, which drains you, which just pulls you down. You are. Whatever words you're using is what you are. Completely, you give the words that you start uttering, you will start seeing the change happening around you. What if people around us are negative? Who are the people? Andrea, you have been attending the Paramashiva Kailash Kotyar. So you should avoid asking this question. Who are the people? You are the people. You are creating them around you. So you raise yourself and create only the beautiful. You are the manifest. I missed the third word. The video was frozen. Zero is the third word. Zero. They'll just give zero, the third word. You create the world the way Gurukul exists. They understand they are Paramashiva. So they are like the Lord of Lords, sitting there and manifesting their reality. So the context, the self-denial, self-doubt, self-hatred, avoid to be there completely. Because first, the space they start from, I am Paramashiva. I am Swamiji. Swamiji sits like this. Swamiji has turban like this, hairstyle like this. They just understand they are Swamiji. They live, they wear, they dress up, they walk, they talk, everything as Swamiji. I come, okay. I usually tell Charlotte, sit your, yes. Yes, even the word but, any sentence has a but, we simply tell them there is only one but that you have. That is what you're saying, Paramashiva. That is the only but we use. We tell them in sentence there is zero but. There is only one but, you have to use only that to sit down. There is other than that, there is zero things. These are beautiful words that Swamiji has given to continuously internalize the way we exist. See, the way we exist, only we project the world. So when we are very clear in our inner space, what we hold, we will start projecting that as our reality. And collectively we start doing this. Collectively we'll start shaking the negativity in the collective space and simply it will be dissolved. because the power of consciousness is always higher than any other thing. And the best part, these negativity avoid having any power. That's the most beautiful. Anything negative, avoid having power. Only the positive, what we are carrying, the space, is having the power, the conscious space. Because you're consciously speaking now. Instead of randomly uttering word, you're consciously speaking, because you have to use your name, you have to use positive statements, you have to use avoid or zero appropriately. So you're using a very conscious speaking language. So that creates a beautiful positive space because of the awareness, not because just the words, because you bring the awareness to the whole space. Use the word avoid. First tell what to do. Yes, correct, ma'am. Use the word avoid or zero. Zero, where you have to use that nothing can be done, you can use as zero. So as much as possible, this cannot, shouldn't, but all this could be completely avoided. That creates a powerful space. The beautiful space of Gurukul is the language itself that they have and the context they bring through all this language. Some of the basic things I would like to reiterate. The first starting, they follow the Agama text. There is Agama text which tells us that we start the day, when we wake up, the first thing you should have is the Basma. Take the Basma and apply the Basma. The Basma is the ash, sacred ash. If you have a temple next to you, wherever you're living, if you can apply the Basma on the linga or the deity and take that Basma, the Basma will have Swamiji's DNA in it. Swamiji has beautifully told, if you're, for example, in LA temple or Seattle temple, Seattle Nataraja is there. And if you can apply it on Nataraja, it is Prana Pradishta deity. And if you take that Vibhuti, the Abhisheka Vibhuti, the sacred ash, and apply it, simply you're putting the DNA, Swamiji's DNA on your forehead. That is why it is so powerful. What about the negativity that the Vastu for physical site, property, etc. Where you toilet site? I didn't understand your question much. Can you elaborate, ma? Sorry. I'm also reading the questions you are all posting. That's wonderful. If you can keep on posting the questions, whatever comes in your mind, we can, I'll be answering to those questions also. The Vastu you're saying about the property. It is only the language that we are speaking, ma. Vastu doesn't have, avoid having any negative. See, whenever you make a mistake, like right now I made a mistake saying doesn't have, immediately I know Gurukul language, so I changed it into avoid. If I was in Gurukul, they would have said, got you! All of them in a chorus. Before I can catch, they will catch. Madhvait can catch. They will catch Madhvait faster. So the listening is very high when you start talking to each other like this. So Vastu is all about positive, ma'am. Can we wash our face between putting? Yes, you are supposed to get up from the bed and remember the Paramashiva. You are Paramashiva. Apply the ash, then go to the bathroom, Then whatever you need, again put the ash before and after brushing your teeth. And brushing your teeth with neem sticks and haritaki powder. When you brush your teeth with neem stick and haritaki, it will also purify your mouth ulcer, all the problems in your teeth. Never Gurukul, zero Gurukul has any problem with the tooth because of this haritaki. So they brush the teeth with neem stick and haritaki. It makes their abundance happen. Swamiji says when you brush your teeth with haritaki, simply it's a wealth completion by itself. The haritaki has a power which just, it will take care of your teeth and mouth ulcer and all the problem in your teeth and mouth. It will in the morning to night. What all they are going to do, we are going to explain here. So first thing, apply the basma, then take the haritaki and wash with your brush, with your neem stick. That is a huge wealth completion. Swamiji beautifully says, if you brush your teeth with haritaki, you will avoid having cobwebs in your house and you will keep your house very clean. Because of the way you start cleansing your body, you will do the same thing which is around you also, which brings so much of wealth. The Lakshmi stays in a place where it is spick and span. Everything is organized and everything is clean. Lakshmi So then we have the neem juice. Sorry, the internet is up and down. Let me see if I can make it more better. Okay. So next is the neem juice. The neem juice, really the stomach becomes very, very strong. When you take the neem juice, it is literally taking care of the stomach. So the juices that's created inside your stomach, it cleanses that really well and heals that so beautifully. So the first thing, we have avoided to have any stomach upset, anything regarding the, what you call the stomach problems, loose motion or diarrhea or vomiting or whatever, we avoid having in Gurukul, because they take neem juice every day. They eat mud, they drink any water, they do all kinds of things. But because their stomach is so strong, because of their completion and because of their neem juice, they can just digest anything. It becomes so strong. So again, they apply before taking the neem juice. After taking the neem juice, they apply the basma. Basma should be a pouch in your body. That is what Swamiji gave his own cloth, and he gives a pouch. For anybody who used to take Samaya Diksha and Vishesha Dikta, we used to have a pouch of basma, which is always with our body. And we take the basma, apply before having something to drink, and after drinking, again apply. Every time we put something in our mouth, we should put the basma. That is what Swamiji said. When you're eating, when you are getting up from sleep or going to sleep, when you are taking bath, before bath, after bath, all these times we apply the basma. The basma again and again reminds us, especially these times when we are very grounded with the body. The mind is very grounded with the body. We are in such a listening to the body. That time when we apply the basma, we remember, hey, I'm Paramashiva. All this is to again and again bring us to the awareness, we are Paramashiva, we are Paramashiva, we are Paramashiva. We are the ultimate, we are the consciousness. All this, the under thread, the space is to remind us. We are doing that verbally, physically. That is the Sat Basha. Bringing that pure space of consciousness, the ultimate space of consciousness in you, physically doing simple things in us. We use basma internally for healing. Yes, ma. You can use anything in Gurukul is basma. Oh, you fell down. Apply basma. Oh, you are not. You want to study something. You are finding it difficult to understand. Blow basma. Everything we teach a child is all about basma. They become very, very powerful in their life. If they have anything in their life, they know that they apply the basma, life is taken care. It is a very powerful space, and you will see Swamiji always with basma, always. In any picture, he'll have the basma. So always, if you avoid having basma, the kids will catch each other. Hey, you avoid having basma. First thing, yes, there are different places also you can apply, but at least apply on your forehead from temple to temple. This temple to this temple, because this point is also a very important point, the temple, where you do, when you see Ganesha, you knock on those places, the temples. This very powerful point. So from temple to temple, apply the basma, like how Swamiji does. So again and again, we remembering ourselves. I am Paramashiva, and applying the basma. The way Swamiji beautifully applies the basma itself is a scene. Swamiji is near, he asks, can you give me basma? Immediately we'll all show the basma packet so that he takes and touches our basma. So like that, you have a deity in your place, apply the basma on the deity. And even if you have the Atma Murti, you can apply it on Atma Murti and take the basma and keep it and start applying the basma. It is like Aushadha. It works very powerful. Basma has a Nayanamar, a group just for applying this basma and being enlightened. A Nayanamar got enlightened just by applying basma. That's all. So it is very, very powerful technique. Might look very simple. All these are actually very simple lifestyle. A lifestyle change, very simple but very powerful. I remember the Gurukul kids, 0 and 1. What does 1 mean? Only 0 they say, ma. About question neem. How to make neem juice? Yes, raw leaves. If you have neem tree and you have the leaves, the new leaves, they will be very different taste. Those leaves you can eat it. That's excellent. If you want to make a juice, you can put the neem leaf in a boiled water and drink the water. The castor oil you can take in the empty stomach. Any time in the morning, 1 spoon castor oil you can take in the empty stomach. And then you can have the neem juice also. And after the yoga, usually we have the turmeric juice. Turmeric is very, very high healing capacity. It heals, including cancer, it heals everything. So the juices are always the excellent part of our life. The whatever you offer in the puja, for example, you have betel leaf, you have the grass, the argampul grass. What do you call that grass? Somebody remembers the name of the grass? I'll get the name. English name for the grass. Durva grass. I know that in Sanskrit. I'm trying to get an English name. The grass, Durva grass. See, that grass will be like a straight blade. It will avoid having any branches. Bermuda grass. Correct. Thank you. So it will be a straight grass. Avoid to be any blades attached to it. Each one will have a straight from the ground. That is why it is called Durva grass. You can have the Durva grass juice. You can have the betel leaf. As long as you're not a sannyasi, you're avoiding to be a sannyasi, you can have the betel leaf. Betel leaf should be taken. It is a guru work for us. Avoid to be for the children. This is only for adults, non-sannyasis, who has to take the betel leaf at the end of the day. When you lie down with the betel leaf, we use some nuts and the paste. They make it beautiful in India. You can Google and check out the betel leaf that you can get. And betel leaf, when you chew, it has the capacity to take your cognition into your biomemory. It goes into your muscle memory and biomemory. When you cognize and contemplate, especially when you're contemplating in the night before sleeping, chew the betel leaf and just take it inside and go to sleep. Your body will start understanding those cognitions. It's a very powerful technique Swamiji has given from his guru. His tata, he used to show everybody in betel leaf the past, present, future and all that. And he used to chew the betel leaf. So he has given the technique to Swamiji, and Swamiji has shared it with all of us. All the people, yes, chew and swallow. It will be very tasty. Don't worry, you will not get addicted. It is Guru Vak. So always all the words from Guru, if you start living, you will start understanding life becomes very simple. All the big struggles just wither away so easily. Charya Pada. So we can take the betel leaf at the end of the day. You can take the juices. I was talking about the juices, the Bermuda grass juice, the Bilba juice, the Tulsi juice, whatever you offer in the puja, these are the very, very powerful juices. Like we do one day of a week, we give them, during the day, we give them Bilba juice. One day of the week, we give them the Gurukul balasins. We give them the Bermuda grass juice. So each day, we give them. You can order as powder also from Google, Amazon. You can get the powders of these things and use as a powder in the water, and also heat it up and you can drink. So these juices, and also very importantly, the banana stem juice. Anything you use in the banana tree, banana fruit, banana flower, banana stem, banana leaf, everything. Banana leaf we don't eat. Other parts we eat. We eat in banana leaf. We don't eat the leaf. We eat in the leaf. So anything you eat with the banana part, it is a highly cleansing. It removes even the poison out of the body. So Swamiji had told us to take banana stem juice couple of times in a week. If you can get banana stem, that will be amazing. It takes out the toxin really, really high. Of course, for the adults, Swamiji has given the malic acid also. This is avoiding to be part of Gurukul because this is only for adults. Malic acid, you can get the malic acid, or you can take apple juice. Green apple extract is the malic acid. If you avoid getting it, you can at least get the apple, green apple, take it the apple itself, or apple juice. It is very powerful. It removes the toxin in your body. All these are to remove so much of toxin. Avoid to be just the food that you eat. Also the thought currents. See, every thought current creates some hormones. Apple cider vinegar, Margit, avoid to be sure about that. Margit has read, it is very powerful, but malic acid is what we have experienced. So you can try with apple cider vinegar. We avoid knowing that now, as of now. It also says the same thing. Actually, if you see, I've seen it, but never used it. So no comments. Yes, malic acid is very powerful. 1 teaspoon in 1 liter of water. 1 teaspoon, that's all. Otherwise, you will feel very difficult to drink. Avoid putting 1 big spoon in all. 1 teaspoon in 1 liter of water. It is a very, what do you say that? Like a lemon juice concentrate. So that is very powerful. So these are the juices and detox we do in the Gurukul. And Panchakriya is one of the very important. After the maturity age, the kids can start doing Panchakriya. Till maturity, no need. After the hormones start in the body, Panchakriya is very, very, very effective. Every day, make it a point to do Panchakriya. Cleansing the bowl, cleansing the nose, cleansing the eyes will keep you healthy. All this is creating your body very powerful. These are simple lifestyle changes, but makes your body, so instead of taking medicine and all that, you can do simple ritual for your body and it will be so powerful forever. Few more things I would like to add before I want to show you a clipping. 2 things. Yes, ma'am. We'll upload this video. You can watch it and you can share it also. We are recording it. And the beautiful 2 more things I would like to add today is pain is a lie. We avoid having any pain as in reality. Whenever we have the pain, sit with it and start seeing where the pain is coming from. It's a very, very powerful technique which takes you to bone marrow level of understanding yourself. It's a very powerful technique. Each pain that you experience is equal to the death itself. It is only the fear which comes out as pain. Swamiji says the laziness and boredom in our body shoots up because the laziness of avoiding to be aware of the moment. Laziness of avoid to catch the moment. So when you have a pain, just look in. Be with that intensely. Intensely hold and look in. Even if it is a small pain, where is the source of it? If you do that few times, you will understand there is nothing as pain. It is just a gush of heat which is happening towards that place. Body is balancing to repair that place. Body is a very miracle system. Immediately it will go and take care of that problem, and whole body will be focusing to repair that part. So when you start looking in every time, you will understand pain is a lie. There is avoiding to be zero pain. That is the truth. The idea which is given to us is very strong and very wrong. So whenever the kids fall, we only focus. Again and again, focusing on the pain simply gets out of the pain, because there is zero pain. Yes, exactly. Your body is much more than a hospital. Your consciousness, come on. You create the body every morning. In the dream, you have a dream body you create because you are sleeping. You avoid to get up, right? You in the dream, it's another body. So second body you create. Same way in deep sleep, again you create another body. Karana Sharira, Stula Sharira, Shukshma Sharira. 3 bodies we experience every day. You live in 3 bodies. You avoid to live just in this body. You have 3 bodies every day, you go and come out. So understand you're much more than the physical body that you think you are. Yes, pain is absence in awareness. The same thing, time is a lie. If you ask Gurukul Balasam what's a time, they'll simply say time is a lie. What is a time? They will answer, instead of time is a lie, they'll say now. They have only one time, which is now. Anything they replace is now. See, all others are numbers. For example, Margaret says, come to Zoom session, this is the number, right? So consider your clock as a number. Avoid to be time. Avoid to give such high importance to that clock. Give a number to your friend and say that number, you will come and meet that number. That's all. Like a Zoom session number. Time is now. Time avoid to be number. Avoid confusing both. Time is now. Anything happens in now. Only life can happen in now. So anything you say, time is now. Anybody ask you time? Now. You can have a watch and say now. If you are asking for some appointment, then tell them like Zoom number, your address for you have the address number. So tell them some number which say this is the number I will be available. But that avoid to be time. That is a number. Just you coming to the same place where other person is. So time is a lie, pain is a lie. Avoid using all these words which are completely bringing us to only negative space. So I would like to now present a small clipping. I had 2 clipping, but again, the time is one of the restriction. So first clipping, we'll see how the kids actually speak. So it's a small clipping on listening. We are going to play now. Just a minute. We are just adjusting it.
Nithyananda, good morning. Welcome to Express Buzz live from Raj Sabha and Bididi Ashram for Tuesday, March 20th, 2012, the year of meditation. So again, on Tuesday, we have a group of students from our Gurukul, and we're going to talk about communication. Okay, great. So who would like to begin?
Actually, communication is common unification. So when you and the other person are in the same space, like if you take two circles and if you join them, you have an intersection space. That's where you both need to be. So communication happens only when you both are in the same place and same space.
Communication means that your experience should become the other person's experience for your understanding. Some people will be emotionally imbalanced. So what people will do is they'll avoid listening to you properly. Only if you make them listen, that time only your experience can become their experience. That's what mainly means communication.
If somebody is emotionally imbalanced, we have to wait for them silently. That time they will avoid being in the mood of listening to us, so that we can wait for a few moments, they will listen to us.
Some people, what they do, they'll avoid listening to the other person at all. They'll just be preparing what to tell, how to convince them. They'll avoid listening to that person patiently and silently. They'll be preparing what to tell, this we will tell, that we will tell. The problem is we avoid listening to the other person completely in a silent mood. We'll try preparing inside.
Like he said, we start preparing inside. We'll just keep on thinking how to prove we are right and they are wrong. We'll keep on preparing the answers. If someone is arguing with us, instead of listening to them, we start preparing our answers, how to prove we are right.
You start judging the other person and you prove that you are right. You avoid listening to the other person, so there's zero communication taking place.
The main ingredient of communication is listening first. But what we all do is, when they are telling something, but we'll be preparing the answer in our inner space. First, when they talk, we must listen everything, then prepare the answer, then talk. Example, when some person is in a mountain, we'll be standing in another mountain, then talking. Are you understanding? The guy will avoid telling, what? That we must go to their mountain, then talk, then they can understand.
If you listen, immediately they will also start listening to you. If you and the other person are in the same place, the listener is listening and receiving. So there's a real communication happening place.
And sometimes when people are avoid to be ready to listen to you, somebody when they're emotionally imbalanced, how much ever you try convincing them or making your experience into their experience, they'll avoid listening to you completely. Only if you be there in their shoes and answer how they want you to answer, then only they cool down and start listening to you first of all. Then only your experience can become their experience. Then only it's said to be communication is fully finished.
And when someone is asking you some questions, like about the spiritual topics, when you listen completely to the question without preparing the answer for that question, automatically the answer will just flow in you. You will just get the answer. Like Swamiji says, the question itself has the answer. Zero need to prepare the answer separately. So the answer will just flow if you listen completely.
So like he said, when you listen completely, you start, because if anyone asks you a question, the answer comes spontaneously. It just downloads from the cosmos. Because that time you're in the receiving mode. But what we do, we just judge and start preparing for answers. We block the cosmos from downloading the information to us.
Like he said, blocking the information from the cosmos. when cosmos always wants to talk to us, lift us to the next frequency. But we are so adamant and arrogant, we'll just tell, we have many other works, important works, so we have to work on our computer, watch this movie, watch that movie. We just keep on delaying the cosmos again and again. So we avoid giving it a chance to even express what it wants to tell us, what it wants to give us.
That means what is, when you prepare, keep on preparing. When the other person is talking to you, you avoid having the delayed gratification to wait for them to finish and listen to them completely. You'll keep preparing it inside. That means, as they told, that you're just stopping the cosmos to download it inside you. So you are stopping from you getting evolved. When you keep on preparing, you're just trying to prove we can self-prepare our own answers, and you keep preparing. So that's how you make a block to the cosmos entering into you.
This is where misunderstanding and fights start. If you avoid listening to them, you'll think they mean something else and you'll start fighting unreasonably. So the main thing is, for communication, you have to put yourself in their shoes and understand what they want to convey to you. If this avoids happening, like she said, there are going to be fights, arguments, because you both are want to be in the same space. One is in the other mountain, one is in this mountain. There's zero communication taking place.
And whenever you are open to the cosmos, you become like a hollow bamboo. The cosmos can just put whatever it needs inside you. But whenever you want to prove yourself or anything, the bamboo which you are, it's just blocked. So we all are bamboos, but we think we know everything. That is where there's a block. The top part is blocked. Whenever we start listening, it just opens up, and cosmos just downloads into the hollow part.
Okay, great. So communication has a lot to do with listening, and this is a lot of why meditation is really helpful, and why looking into and understanding your pain is really helpful, because we all have this common source. There's this intelligence, there's this thing happening in life that we're all part of, and it's energizing our bodies, and it's giving life to us. So when each one of us looks inside towards that source, then we become closer to other people, so we're able to communicate and understand them better. So we often think, we have to have the words prepared and we have to have the answer prepared, but really we all have the common experiences and motivations, and even these basic 7 human emotions associated with our chakras. We're often motivated by the same factors of fear and greed. So when we learn about these basic human emotions, fear, greed, worry, gratitude, attention need, then really this is what brings us to a close.
Yes, that's the small clipping that I wanted to show how Gurukul Balasans use zero, how they use avoid, how they use the words as positive, what is possible, how spontaneous they are. These Balasans will be given the topic when they sit there for the whole talk, and given a topic on the fly, and how they just spontaneously pick up each other and start discussing on the topic. Such a powerful space, how they understand life, how they perceive their reality is a very powerful space that we wanted to show you. And there is one more small clipping also. This is their lifestyle that they are talking about. Their higher cognition. Swamiji said once they are the real transcript, like how they have the Brahma Sutra, they write the meaning of the Brahma Sutra in different people have written about the Brahma Sutra and all the Upanishads. The great Rishis, Munis write the explanation as Basha and Vatika, and explanation for explanation, they'll go on like this. Swamiji has explained like that. This Vakya, the Sadas, is a very powerful space to bring a great positive space in us. I would like to post a small clipping on Vakya Sadas also, how powerful they are having the cognition, the zero vested interest in them, only in the surrender of the Guru. They have downloading the information and just sharing it. Zero proving happens, zero anger happens, zero proving happens. Just what they download, they have to share it. So the Vakya, the space itself is so beautiful to see among the kids do the spiritual debate, how they are experiencing that great truth. So we are going to play a small clipping of 10 minutes. Sorry if it is getting little late for you.
आनन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. We welcome all the Sri Mahants, Kotaris, Tanedars, Samajis, Satsangis, Balasans, visitors and viewers for this Vakyata Sadas conducted by the Balasans of Nithyananda Gurukul. Today's topic, which we are going to have Vakyata Sadas on, is about Advaita Pratana. We will now chant the 16th verse of the Ishavasya Upanishad.
पूषन्ये कर्षे यमसूर्य प्राजा आपत्य व्यूहरश्मीन् समूहते जोयते रूपं कल्याणतम तत्ते पश्यामि योऽसावसौ पुरुषः सोऽहमस्मि.
Today Swamiji was speaking about prayer. What is Swamiji meant as prayer today morning?
What I feel is, see, everyone out understand, only when you feel low, then only you can pray to God. You will feel that you have low inner image than God. So Swami told prayer is not like that. You should have Advaita with God, then also you have prayer.
Just adding to his point, what I feel is prayer is like you connecting with the divine to seek help for what you're going to do. Just like how Swamiji told, for example, if your hand wants to do something, you'll always ask the help of your eye. You'll tell eyes, please see and tell me what it has to do. But that does not mean your eye is separate and your hand is separate. It's a part of one organism. It all functions together. They're part of each other. So what I feel is, even though we may pray to God separately, we may pray to Him to ask help, we must always remember when we have prayer that the God is, even though He might be far away, He is just within us. He is a part of us. This is what I feel what Swamiji meant by saying Advaita Pratana.
Just adding a point, like how today in Satsang, Swamiji said, we think prayer is when we put ourselves down, more and more, and we just put the God up on the pedestal. But that's not the real prayer. Swamiji said the real prayer is when we are in the, like how we just understood, we are in the space of Advaita with the God. Because if we have a low inner image and we pray, then if the God grants us whatever we want, then we'll just continue our life with that low inner image. And Swamiji said that's a sin today. So having a low inner image of ourselves is like a sin. So when we pray from the space of powerfulness with a proper, powerful inner image in the space of Advaita of the God, I feel it's prayer.
I have a question. If you know that the God is also part of you and you are Him, then why do you actually need like prayer or anything to ask Him from? Because when you know that you are Him, then you will also have the same power as Him to even manifest something or make something what you wanted. Then why do you need to even pray for something?
What I feel is like because you have the cognition that God is way beyond, you always try putting yourself down. Because one side it's up, one pedestal is up, you start putting yourself down and you call yourself in a lower level. So at that time, that Advaita which you carry with the God inside you, that starts like becoming lesser and you start thinking God is somewhere separate from you and you are the powerless being which is praying to that God for gracing you for some reason or some happening. So what I feel is like because of the incompletion you carry, you start separating yourself from the God, and that time you need prayer for bringing yourself back into the space of completion.
Adding to his point, what I also feel is as we are just used to this dual prayer, like what Swamiji explained, there's no Advaita between you. You always think he's in a higher pedestal and you're always in a lower pedestal. So what I feel is like when you start practicing this Advaita Prarthana, you will experience God inside you. The real, though it will start. Initially it might start, yes, he is inside me, I am inside him, I am him, and everything. But as you start experiencing the Advaita Prarthana, at last you will feel that you are the one who created, you are the one who is sustaining, and you are the one who has the surge of putting into illusion and everything. As Swami told, you will start becoming a Kalabhairava for your own life. So what I feel is when you start practicing this Advaita Prarthana, we'll move on to that level of experience where you'll just become one with him.
Just adding to a point, what I feel is initially all the deities were meant, this is a representative to always remind us the God is there inside us. But as time passed, we started thinking that the deity outside us only God. We don't have any God inside us. We forget that God is inside us also. Not only the further away, He's inside us also. We forget this truth and we just start thinking, only the deity is God. He's the all supreme one. I am very, very low. So like this, we just put ourselves down if we want to consider Him high. And even sometimes we're going to have a good inner image about ourselves and a powerful inner image. What I feel is just like how Swamiji told, we think we're doing something against God. We start thinking, if I am so high, then if God also is my level, no, it's not possible. It'll be against God. So if we put ourselves in a powerful inner image, we start thinking that we're doing something against God. So what I feel is the deities are meant for actually a representative of the God is inside us. But now we all think that the God is only outside us, not inside us. So we all need prayer from a proper high inner image to get back to the space and understand not only is the God everywhere, even if He's further away, He is there inside us also.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. So these are the two links which has many Vakyasadas, not just this. These Vakyasadas are Swamiji's precious moments that he cherishes. He even conducted one satsang after listening to the Vakyasadas from his kids. He says the explanation they gave is much more than what I gave, and he took from these Vakyasadas, and one day he was speaking on it. So understand the power. This was done in 2015. We are hearing it now, 2015, way back. What a clarity each child has. What a beautiful space that they hold for higher cognition, that Swamiji is bringing all these right now for us. 4 years back, 5 years back, literally. How these Balasans are living and they are able to hold a very high cognition. They know that they are born for ultimate happening. Avoid to be all these mundane things. They are here for extraordinary things as their life. So they start grooming themselves and start living themselves in a very high cognitions. They might be little playful. You'd be seeing them pulling their turban and all that. They are very naughty and very playful, but the cognition inside is very powerful, amazingly powerful space they have. So that is what today I wanted to share with all of you. And all of you, if you like this Sat Basha, or you would like to have some more detail on more things, you can post it in the Zoom chat. I'll go over your comments and prepare for the next class based on that. These are some of the things which I would like to share, and by next class you can go through some of the Vakyasadas and these express bus. First we started as express bus way back in 2012, and Vakyasadas we did it in 2015. So you can go through some of this, and also you can add your comments. So based on your comments, I can prepare for the next class, because it's a whole volume, but we want to give you as much as possible as the Sat Basha that Swamiji has conducted these sessions in Gurukul many times. And he has given us, Swamiji used to come to Gurukul and he used to give all the details, and so beautifully the kids used to learn from their master itself. So that is what I'm sharing with you, all of you today. So with, you can post, I'll give you a few minutes before we finish. You can post it in the chat. So we'll have some feedback to know how I can bring in more for all of you. Whatever you want to know also, you can post it so I can prepare on those. Yes, here in the chat, you post what you want. In the Facebook, you post how you're going to change your life with the Sat Basha. That will be superb. Swamiji would be so happy that all of us are started to live the great truths. So in the Facebook today, make sure you make one post, at least 5 points from this session. Make it as your lifestyle. It will be such a phenomenal change happening in your life. So especially your name, I, me, mine, and the beautiful usage of positive way of speaking. So you can make a Facebook group post and tag me, and that will be the great thing. Thank you so much. You can post it in your Facebook group also, ma'am. And we have Kailash Kotiad Manifesting Power group also. You can post it in that also. That's the group which we have. You can post it in that. I'll just, I can share that with you. Yes, you can share it in this group also. There are 1,400 people nearly, and you can click on this group and share it in the group. We have all the power manifestation happen every day. So power manifestation is the positive space that Swamiji said. So in that group also you can post all these details. And share it with as many people as you can, all these great truths. That will be the beautiful space of creating a positive, collective positive space. Sharing all this again and again, Swamiji asked you to share for only one reason: create the positive space. So much of negativity is there around us. So sharing to everybody and making everybody understand we can live all in such a celebration space like these balasans. So share with the world all these great truths and also start living these beautiful space. These might look very simple, but such tremendous change happens in. So thank you so much. Let me surrender all this powerful cognition to Swamiji's lotus feet and request Swamiji with a deep gratitude to make all this into our reality. With that, let's visualize Swamiji in the third eye and end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Parameshivam Padaka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you, each and every one of you. Really beautiful. If you have any other comments also, please send me. And if you want to mail me, I'll post my mail ID. If you want any particular detail, you can mail me also. You can always mail me for any detail. Thank you, Nithyanandam.